Boyd and Simpson Heath leading us here for the restart of the Heat 2 Junior Max.
Absolutely amazing, but something you really don't want to do is to have a restart. The adrenaline builds up and now died out, and you have to get yourself excited again.
Yeah, we go. There's a lot of movement down as they go into turn 1. A lot of bumping and barging as everybody tries to find their own way around turn 1. And there we go. There's a bit of knock and tumble there as Rodrigo Amalde gets the short end of that stick. Unfortunately,
that's what it takes. Another bumping
Someone's
and
gone
barging.
wide there.
Another bump and barge right off the circuit. The guys are really giving it horns, trying to make their own way, but even if it means pushing each other off the circuit. But absolutely amazing as the guys start getting into the feel of it and pushing hard.
It's Boyd that leads us out though, ahead of it looks like Blaine Rodmayer to me.
As you can see, a little bit of bumping and barging there in third place. So it's lying, not third place, sorry, a little bit further back in the grid.
Junior Max Racing, always action and plenty all the way through the field as we look at Naomi there getting into a bit of a move. Rodmayer looking menacing here on Boyd. Ricky Perdigal running him here from Cape Town, so the knowledge is plenty there, even though he's out of towner. Down the inside into first 180s. Boyd trying to go in deep and around the outside. I would have looked for the cutback, but that's just me. Fisser now managed to get back onto the back of them. Made a small mistake out of the second 180 that's going to hurt him down the back straight into Golf Club.
Now Fisser's doing everything he can, trying to get back into that slipstream.
Oh, Boyd deep into the inside, giving Rodmayer a bit of a shove, and off he goes through Golf Club. That was a little bit tight for me. But that's racing. 50-50 move and another cart off in the background there.
Absolutely. This is turning into quite a bump and barge move, but it's turning into one heck of a fight as everyone's duking out for first position. Each of the carts doing everything they can. The driver's trying to find any gap, any kink in the armor.
This is Fisser's local track, but it's also his first time at a national with this Junior Max kart. Boyd with many, many years experience in this kart. It's going to be an interesting race between the two of them.
Boyd's doing everything he can, but Fisser is trying to chase him down as hard as he can.
Change up for third position there. Kutsia ahead of Heath as they hit down into the Golf Club.
Kutsia trying to just maintain and keep on pushing, but also losing a little bit of ground there as well. But just take a look at Fisser really giving it absolute horns through the corners, trying to get right onto the back of Boyd.
I think Boyd is going to use a bit more of his experience here with this larger kart ahead of Fisser. But Kutsia and Heath need to work together, get back onto that group. Like I say, Cape Town's huge with the slipstream.
Well, that's the thing. You got to get into the slipstream, get pulled along. But you can see Fisser doing everything he can. Boyd just trying to hold it. But this is turning into one heck of a battle. 4 people duking it out for that position, especially after a little bit of a rocky start and restart.
It's always terrible to go back into a race after the restart. The adrenaline's pumping. Your decisions have been changed. You know, you're not sure quite where you are going into a restart, but it's good to see these 4 boys duking it out for a lead. It's very rare that we don't see someone running away with it.
Oh, Boyd going and starting to open up a little bit of a gap.
There's our world champion there in Jaden Al sitting there in 5th place, it looks like it.
Fisser feeling a little bit of pressure as he's trying to get up onto Boyd, but Boyd pulling away. But just take a look, Fisser playing a very defensive
down the inside
game.
into the second 180. He's going to bog on the way out. Is Fisser going to be able to turn and do the switchback? Unfortunately not. Kutsia showing Fisser, let's go, buddy, let's go catch Boyd in front.
Kutsia going and pushing hard now, and Fisser trying to chase him down, but unfortunately just lacking that momentum coming out of the corners. And that's just allowing Kutsia to go and give it absolute horns. He's got his sights set on Boyd.
Let's see if they can work smart, all 3 of them together, and get back onto the bumper of Boyd and make this a 4-kart race again.
And you take a look at Heath also doing everything he can. Looks
down
on
the inside on Fisser there into turn 1. He didn't quite make the move stick, but it's now, you see now they've dropped off the back of Kutsia.
Heath is doing everything he can. He wants to try and move up, but not really making it, looking left and right. You can see he's getting a little bit fidgety, lying in 4th place, and Fisser is in his way.
They seem to have broken the toe now. Kutsia now well on his way to catch the back of Boyd. I don't see that gap closing as fast as Kutsia would have liked it to.
And Boyd is really running away now, trying to make up, but take a look at Fisser, feeling the pressure as Heath is chasing him down. No matter where he goes, Heath is trying to look, but falling a little bit back out there. Unfortunately, not carrying as much momentum through the corners.
Jaden Alcia losing 5th to Pitzer as they go into turn 1. There's Napier. Oh, here comes Rodemayer on his comeback. Right behind Dominic Lincoln. Another kart we also lost down at Golf Club in the earlier laps.
Rodemayer doing everything he can to try and make up much ground. So does Lincoln. Lincoln doing everything possible But just keep an eye on Radamel. He's really making up a huge amount of gap in a short span of time.
He's done a massive move to get back there. He was way off into the bush. He obviously had to spend a lot of time coming back on. Tiffany Napier now under the pressure from Dominic Lincoln as they go into the second part of Golf Club. Dominic's so good on the brakes there.
Lincoln doing everything he can, looking left and right, and is right onto the back.
There's definitely going to be a move here down into the main straight.
Lincoln pushing hard, trying to looks on the outside. Unfortunately, has the door closed on him. Now to look on the inside, hard on the brakes.
Napier trying to outbrake him on the outside, unable to do it, but that leaves her vulnerable to Radamel as they go into the first of the 180s. Radamel in and done, move done.
Well, Radamel going and pushing hard. Next up is Lincoln. Lincoln taking a look behind him and just seeing Radamel duking it out.
The two of them have been moving through the field together, it seems, so let's see if they keep that momentum going.
I think all the friendship is gone now as Radamel is just going and trying to push Lincoln that little bit closer, trying to use, as you said, the slipstream to get pulled along on the circuit. Absolutely amazing.
Pits are doing very well. Our Mozambican entry travels all the way here from Mozambique, but now little Naomi there doing very well in her 5th place. Dominic Lincoln and Radamel using each other there to get onto the back of Alce. They've done so very, very quickly. As we head into the first 180, Lincoln's going to be looking on the inside here. Doesn't do it now this lap.
Alce taking a little bit of a defensive line.
And there's Radamel down the inside of the second 180s. Lincoln should have gone through the first one there. Left himself vulnerable and open to Radamel.
I think Lincoln didn't expect Radamel to take such a brave move, but now Radamel looking to go on the inside, not close enough, and keeps on pushing. Radamel is making a comeback, ladies and gentlemen, and this is absolutely amazing.
In the front here, though, it still could Boyd ahead of Kutsia from Visser, and then behind there in the background is little Simpson Heath.
Boyd trying to go and extend his gap, unfortunately losing a bit of ground. Kutsia right by him, and Visser trying to make up that much ground, but unfortunately just not close enough to get into the slipstream as yet. Got to work hard there.
Boyd is doing well to control that gap there. You see him have a look back at Kutsia and see how far he is. Obviously trading lap times, lap after lap. Little Simpson Heath seems to have fallen off a bit there as we look back to the battle between Pitzer now, and Radamel has got him past little Jaden as well as Lincoln, Dominic Lincoln.
Radamel showing what he can do after a little bit of a dreadful restart and is now pushing hard. He wants that first position and he's got to work hard to get there.
I'm sure he's going to have a lot of words for Boyd as they get into the pit lane after this red.
I think so, but with 1 lap left, can he do it? Can he make up that much ground? But he's still getting chased down by Lincoln. Lincoln is not letting him go and wants to get pulled along as well.
Really, really late on the brakes there from Radamel. He's run a little bit wide, so he's back into the clutches of Dominic Lincoln as they head down into the back straight.
Lincoln looking for any way to get round, looks on the inside, but unfortunately not close enough to do so. Here comes Sebastian Boyd, Jason Couture and Charles Visser heading towards the line, unfortunately not able to do it. Sebastian Boyd taking the victory. Sebastian Boyd going and winning it out, Jason Couture followed by Charles Visser, Simpson Heath in front of Radamel.
Hi, I'm Sebastian Boyd. I won race 1, race 2 Junior Max. Race 1 came 3rd. Race 2 we had a red flag after 4 laps because there was an incident, so then our times carried over and we restarted, and then I ended up winning race 2 as well by a bit of a lead.
How was this race for you?
This race wasn't the hardest race because I ended up pulling a bit of a gap after 4 laps, and then I just kept my head down and kept going.
I fell back at the start, came back at the end, just a bit too late. Hopefully, if there was another lap I would have been there. But well done to Seb. He really drove a good race and he deserves it. So, but yeah, let's see what happens next race.